everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Asia, if you all do not know me. I know my subscribers that I already had before, I know y'all are probably like, what happened, sis? Where did you go? Trust me, I will explain everything in another video. But as you can see by the title, I will be telling you all the story time of when I almost passed out in a hospital. I had an appointment scheduled to get a MRI done. I'm gonna put a picture somewhere on the screen so you all can see what the actual MRI looks like. Appointment was sometime in the afternoon, and I remember I didn't eat anything that day at all. I think I did drink some water or something before I went to the appointment, but that was about it. So I got to the hospital. I had to go in a wheelchair. There were 2 escorts and they would take me like wherever I needed to go throughout the hospital, but I was in a wheelchair because of my neck injury. So I guess I just assumed that they didn't want me to be, you know, walking around with the neck injury, and they didn't, at that point in time, they didn't know what was wrong with my neck. So I'm in the wheelchair, and the lady, she takes me into like this really small room. It looked like a supply room almost. It was like, you can change in here. And I was like, okay. The room, it was just so small. There was no door. It was just a curtain, like literally just a curtain. I'm in this room and I'm in my wheelchair. She reminds me that you can't have any type of piercings or any type of like, you know, metal pieces in your hair. Mind you, I already knew this. I already knew this because I've gotten other things done like CAT scans and stuff like that. So I already knew that you couldn't go into the MRI, like the actual MRI with stuff like that. But it didn't really hit me until I got into that room, the room that I had to change in. I thought about it and I'm like, wait a minute. At that time, I had my nipples pierced. In my head, I'm like, dang, I actually thought about it. I was like, should I just go in there and like see what happens with the piercing in? Like, I don't know what is really gonna happen. Like, comment below if you have ever got an MRI or a CAT scan or any type of scan and you actually, like, let's say you forgot to take stuff like that off. Comment down below and let me know if that has ever happened to you. I ended up taking my shirt off. I took my shirt off and I pretty much started trying to take the piercing off. Mind you, I am struggling. Like, I cannot get this piercing out for nothing, for the life of me. So I kept trying. I was like so determined, and then finally I was just like, you know what? I give up. So the nurse at this point, she had stepped out the room to do something, and she finally ended up coming back in, and I told her, I was like, I am so sorry, but I cannot take these piercings out. And she was like, oh no, you're fine. And then she started telling me about this story when, you know, a couple years back when she had her nipples pierced or whatever, and you know, we were just like talking and conversating, laughing, whatever. Finally, she ended up trying to take one of the piercings out. I stood up for her because, you know, it was kind of awkward. I didn't want to just be sitting down. So I stood up and we were both, you know, like standing up next to each other. And I can remember she put on some hand sanitizer and then she put on some gloves. And she started trying to take one of the piercings out. Y'all, all I'm gonna say is she couldn't get it out either. And while she was trying to get it out, all of a sudden, I got real nauseous. And I told her, I said, I'm starting to feel nauseous. I'm starting to feel dizzy. And I kind of like held onto her a little bit, because if I didn't, I probably would have fell over. I held onto her and I like started shutting my eyes like back and forth like this. And I was like, I don't feel so good. Like, I'm starting to feel dizzy. And all I remember her saying was, not today, not today, not today. You are not about to do this to me today. I was going towards the side of the wheelchair, so I was about to hit the ground, but luckily she kind of held me up and I ended up sitting down. Ended up being able to take both piercings out, and thank God. After I sat down, I still felt like a little nauseous, but it wasn't as bad. She ended up leaving the room, came back with like a cup of water, I remember, and then she also checked my blood pressure, and once she checked it, she said everything was fine. That's my story time of when I almost fainted. Now, I'm going to talk about my MRI piece of this story. So all I can say is, if I have to get another MRI done, I will be mad because I did not like it at all. If you have ever gotten an MRI done, you know that you're in this, it almost feels like you're in this little box and you're stuck in the box and you can't get out the box. You can't move, you can't talk, you can't do anything inside this quote unquote box. So we ended up going into the MRI room. I laid down. She, you know, was very accommodating. She always made sure she told me like what was gonna happen next. And she kept checking on me like, hey, how you doing in there? Da da da. But overall, it was just bad. Like, if you're claustrophobic or if you have like real bad anxiety or anything like that, getting MRI done, it really will trigger stuff. It really will make you feel some type of way, because it really did for me. That was my MRI experience. It wasn't the worst and it wasn't the best, but I'm glad that the doctors found what they need to find. And oh, another thing, it lasted so long. It probably took like 45 minutes to an hour, you know, to do the whole thing, minus the almost passing out part. But yeah, that is my story time of when I almost passed out and my MRI experience. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. I will be posting videos every Saturday and every Monday, and every Saturday is going to be some type of story time, something that happened to me in my life, and Mondays are gonna be pretty much everything else, like lifestyle, vlogs, it's all types of stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for this journey, and I am super excited for you all to be coming on this journey with me. I might have to move this, it's getting on my nerves. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post. I want to thank all my subscribers for sticking with me and being patient with me. That's it. See you guys in my next video. Bye.